The Scone of Suspicion, a cozy mystery by U.A. Jessen.
Chapter 2. A Crumb of Clue. The scene in Barrow's bakery was like something from a poorly written radio play. A flour sack had split open across the floor, trailing a ghostly mist of white across the cracked tiles, like some clumsy phantom had stumbled through. A green teacup, shattered, lay ominously beside Henry Barrow, who was face down near the sugar bowl, stiff, silent, and more tragic than theatrical. Barrow's bakery had once been the heart of Rosehill. People would queue out the door for his honey butter crumpets, and his almond-topped Chelsea buns were the stuff of whispered village legend. But times had changed. A flashy patisserie in the neighbouring village, Fairley, had stolen the younger crowd with its chrome countertops, overpriced macchiatos, and worst of all, bright orange macarons that tasted like regret. Henry had taken it badly. Just last week, he'd been overheard at the pub muttering, "They can keep their millefeuille and their fancy foam. I'll bake until I drop." And now, drop he had. Edith didn't arrive at the front door like the other gawkers. No, she came in through the back. The garden path behind the bakery was overgrown now, but she remembered the creak in the gate and the way the latch always stuck. The building welcomed her like an old friend, the cinnamon scent wrapping around her as she pushed the kitchen door open. 2 tourists had found him, it seemed. Ramblers from London, looking for a scone and ending up with a corpse. They'd called it in, panicked, and probably tweeting the moment. Inside, Sergeant Finley stood with the air of a man gravely disappointed that something had actually happened. He leaned on the counter like it was a pub rail. "Heart, maybe," he muttered, scratching his chin. He wasn't young. "2 teacups, Sergeant," Edith said, frowning from the shadows. He turned and scowled. "You shouldn't be here, Miss Marlowe. This is an active scene." Edith stepped into the light, glancing at the room like she was inspecting her own pantry. "Active?" "He's quite dead, Sergeant. The only thing active is your imagination, and that appears to be having a lie-in." Finley opened his mouth, closed it, then sighed and gestured vaguely toward the table. Could be Joan, his assistant. Edith crouched gracefully by the body. Joan's been in Brighton since Thursday, visiting her sister. Finley fumbled for his notepad, but it was clear he hadn't read much more than the date. Edith turned her gaze to the table. 2 teacups, one with the unmistakable trace of lipstick. She picked it up gently with her gloved hand. "Crimson kiss," she murmured silently, studying the smear. Finley blinked with suspicion. "Is that some sort of code?" She smiled. "Only if you're shopping for lipstick at Dorothea's chemist. That colour's been discontinued since 1962, but there's still one lady in this village who swears by it." She didn't name names. Not yet. Finley groaned and slumped back against the counter. "This is going to be one of those days, isn't it?" Edith set the cup down carefully and dusted off her hands. "I do hope so," she said. "It's been dreadfully quiet since the Women's Guild stopped serving gin trifle." She paused then, eyes narrowing slightly. "We don't have much yet," she added. "Just a crumb." but sometimes that's enough to start baking.